top of your picture, that's straight off at a bit of an awkward angle, was Molnar. She's now coming back into line, and LeBlanc is currently the leader. Paddling well as Molnar makes her way across. And Mexico, really, for a Hungarian paddler, Stefan, C1, Mexico looks very amateur out there. So away goes LeBlanc, Molnar struggling for steering, but still matching her, and then there's the two Chinese, Spaniard, Mexico out to the left of your shot, but it's France and China, and it looks to me like China are going to be a real force in this one also.
Yeah.
Two Chinese boats there, and the one in red. 338 Zhang. Looks like she means to make an impact on this one. France, LeBlanc, 331 Molnar from Hungary. This one most definitely isn't going to be a Hungary 1-2.
China actually entered 44 athletes to this. It's the maximum number of athletes.
So it's filled every class.
Yeah, every class, and no one.
Super.
And no one is doubling. So it's the largest team. They have done well so far.
Yeah, just an injection of numbers like that into, say we go to Norway next year and you have another whole team come in.
Yeah.
That would be huge for the sport.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So group of 3 or 4 almost at the lead, the sharp end of the women's C1, junior women's C1. Zhang leading, LeBlanc, Molnar and Wu. So 2 Chinese in the top 4. Minutes, 13 nearly into the junior women's K2, and that was still 3 boats when we last saw them. And Molnar just about with her nose in front as LeBlanc and Zhang come together, lose a little bit of ground. Molnar in a really nice position of having flat water to paddle on, unhindered by the others. Molnar now, LeBlanc. So here's the lead at the front of the the C1 junior women. And it's still Molnar from LeBlanc. Comfortably sitting on the wash at Molnar. Tracking LeBlanc and Molnar. Molnar, LeBlanc and Zhang. And just behind Zhang is Wu, is in danger of overtaking LeBlanc. French coach getting quite excitable on the side there. He's sensing victory. At this stage, I can't see Molnar doing much about it. Molnar is under threat now from Zhang. There's your drone view, and the gap between LeBlanc and Molnar is bigger now than the gap between Molnar and Zhang. 2 more K2s going to come through that field. And that's not going to be any help to any of these 4 C1s. Zhang moving out to come up. I don't know, it's hard on the camera angles, but Zhang is certainly in the hunt now, just 4 seconds from Molnar. Molnar, a big, heavy, powerful stroke compared to LeBlanc. Lighter, higher rate, less boat movement. But Zhang, she can see gold and she can see silver from where she is. A good portage from Zhang. Molnar was not light of foot over the first of the 2 portages. LeBlanc not much quicker herself, so perhaps Zhang has a chance. If she can get to that final portage this distance behind, it could be game on for everyone. Through the double bridge for the last time. LeBlanc leads Molnar. Zhang just 2 lengths behind now. Through come Italy and Spain in the junior women's K2. It's Giuliano and Piffinelli, and Spain's Gastaldo and Meneth. Actually, I say that, I'm not 100% sure which Spanish K2 that is. It could be Tirado and Alderegia. So LeBlanc has got the best of that. Unhindered by K2s as she goes through the bridge. Molnar just behind, the K2s on her inside. Spain and Italy. And Zhang lost a bit of ground there. Quite a lot of ground, I'd say, on Molnar, and that's going to suit Molnar. So it was 4 seconds down, now 8 seconds down Zhang on that checkpoint. Pretty much a result of the 2 K2s coming through, which is a bit unfortunate, but that's how racing is. We've got 3 on the 1 course today. So LeBlanc just being overtaken by the 2 K2s. Can't avoid using the wash a little bit there, coming round that bend. Will have benefited her while she had it, but now she's in the turbulence behind the 2 K2s, and she'll pay a little price for that as well. So Molnar, a little bit safer than she was 5 minutes ago in 2nd place. But Zhang is not giving up that chase, that is for sure.
It ain't over yet.
A little bit unlucky there, Stefan. The K2s came through kind of at that bridge, and so Zhang went through the bridge, and she would have had the rebound from the K2 washes under the bridge. It's just lost a bit of ground. It's a little bit unfortunate. And there's the full list for the C1 juniors who are coming up for their final portage. LeBlanc, Molnar, Zhang, Wu, Benvenu, Miller, Romero, Olaya, and Mexico.
And it's the final portage coming up for the C1 juniors. And that's great. It's been a great race so far. And now the decisive final portage.
Molnar perhaps closing a little bit again on LeBlanc, knowing quite probably that she is not swift once she's out of that boat. She needs to get into the portage as close to LeBlanc as possible. It looks like she's making a good job of it. Right up onto the tail now of LeBlanc. inside arch of the penultimate bridge. One more bridge to go, and then it's the portage. So 1, 2, already under the bridge. 3, under the bridge as we speak. There she is. 1, 2, 3. LeBlanc steps it up again. Less than a minute now to this final portage. Molnar knows a mistake here and it will be too expensive. She's under threat constantly from the Chinese. LeBlanc untroubled this time into the portage. No contact from Molnar. Molnar still though, tracking out the cameras, shorten the distances somewhat, but there's no doubt that a mistake from any one of these girls on this portage will be crucial. Zhang and Wu. Wu not really close enough to have any impact. But here we go. Molnar to the right of the pontoon. LeBlanc to the left as they look at it. And this is side by side, I think. I think LeBlanc just has the edge, but Molnar coming in strong.
The portage will be decisive now.
They both arrive pretty much together. LeBlanc out of her boat, up and running. Molnar just getting herself organised. She's up and kind of running. So
But it is LeBlanc. It is LeBlanc that is making a move here.
yeah, you just want to will them to
Yeah.
close that gap, Stefan.
Oh.
It's so close, but running is not her forte, it seems. She's there. Just catch her. It's so hard. It's so hard to watch in the distance. Zhang also running through. And she's being closed by her teammate Wu on the portage. Wu putting herself in with a chance of a bronze medal, but for now it's all about LeBlanc. Just 750 metres to go for LeBlanc. Drink straw organised. Does she need a drink straw for the last 750 metres,
Absolutely
Stefan?
not, but avoiding having the tube in the water and slowing her down. She took it in the mouth.
You can see the wind on the flags there, straight into a headwind for the next 300-400 metres. The gap is only 3 lengths between LeBlanc and Molnar. Molnar looks strong coming into that final portage on the paddling. She seemed to have the edge, but has she got 3 lengths of it? It's going to be tight, and bronze is
Also very tight.
Wu now. Wu has overtaken Zhang after all that time on the water being in 4th place. That's Wu. Takes bronze temporarily at least from Zhang. And it's game on in the women's C1. At the front, LeBlanc. 2nd, Molnar from Hungary. Molnar, I'm sure, has ideas of closing that gap. She did in the last 500 metres before the portage and lost another 3 lengths on the portage. Wu takes on Zhang for the bronze. It's going to be bronze for China, but still no idea who's going to get it. Zhang looks the stronger of the 2 paddlers, but everything to play for. And up the front, it's LeBlanc from France. Coaches can't get to them now, so it's a nervous wait for the coaches back at the finish. And there's the gap. Molnar gradually inches into LeBlanc's lead. Every pull is getting her closer now. There's going to be overlap on these 2 boats within 3 strokes. 1, 2, I lied, 3. I was ambitious for Molnar there, but without a doubt she's closing. She's closed, she's running down the wave, now it's a wave to climb.
LeBlanc responding to it. She clearly see the threat. Really want to be first into the turn.
Molnar tries up the left-hand side,
Yeah.
going for the inside of the turn. She needs to keep her bow inside the tail of LeBlanc, otherwise she'll get pushed out. But there is overlap on these boats, at least temporarily. Now Molnar's in a spot of bother. LeBlanc getting round the turn safely, Molnar on her inside. This is going to be an exciting finish, Stefan.
Yeah.
Molnar managing to stay in touch. LeBlanc finishes the turn much better than Molnar, and Molnar loses a length or so there, and it's going to be an expensive length. Here comes France. Just that final buoy of the turn, and Molnar lost a fair distance, but now she's going for it.
She's not giving up.
She has increased her stroke rate dramatically, and I'm not sure that LeBlanc's got any spare. Still only one length of difference. There's one wave to climb though, and that's significant. Molnar's struggled with that last wave. 200 metres to go, and it's France from Hungary. Hungary again.
Very, very
Tries to
tight
close the
competition.
gap. 150 metres now.
This
and
is a
Hungary's
great
time
race.
is running
Yes.
out. Time is running out for Molnar. LeBlanc can see the finish line. She can smell it from there. One last try from Molnar. She's gone to the left of LeBlanc. It's going to be too little too late though. Just less than 100 metres to go now, and it's going to be France. Picking up the pace again, LeBlanc. Only 50 metres to go. Molnar's out of it now. She knows it. LeBlanc knows it. What a great race.
Oh yeah. Best race.
Junior Women's C1, and who would have had anyone but Hungary down for that?
Oh. Fantastic.
Nicely done
Yes.
from LeBlanc.
Yeah. The best C1 women race ever.
Oh yeah.
Finished.
Great race.
France is the gold medalist. And now,
The ladies can also paddle the canoe.
the race for the bronze.
50 metres from the line, it's Zhang ahead of Wu. Zhang got back on terms after that final portage, which was pretty much a disaster for her, but she's pulled 2 lengths on Wu, and it's Zhang for China with a bronze medal. Wu in 4th place. Great race from Zhang. She just lost contact with the other 2 girls when the K2s came through under the bridge. But there's your first 3. LeBlanc, Molnar, Zhang. Like you say, Steph, possibly the best C1 women's race we've seen since its inception in the world status races. LeBlanc from France holding off a very good challenge from Sengue Molnar over the last 2 or 3 miles of this course. Zhang, who was right with them for so much of the time, a little bit unlucky with a couple of K2s coming through one of the bridge arches, lost touch slightly and never really regained that distance. Challenged by Wu on the last lap, but Zhang was strong enough to hold on to her bronze medal. Benvenu in 5th, Miller 6th, Romero 7th, Olaya 8th, and Mexico, a surprise 9th place, possibly for Hungary. But great race there, and I'm sure that